Whose Shabbat is this? Yahuwah. This is Yahuwah's Shabbat. I dare you try to make this day yours. This is his day. That's why David said, oh, magnify Yahuwah with me. Oh, you want to sing, brother? Go right ahead. All right. But I'm just here to exalt you on whose day this really is. And anything besides Yahuwah can wait unless it's life or death. If you feel you're going to die, we can lay hands on you and resurrect you. All right. Because it's in his spirit that we have resurrection. Brother, you ready yet? I'm just trying to pave the way for you to make the straight gate, make the narrow road. Right. Come on, let's give Morey Yeshurun a stand as he comes.
Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Another beautiful Shabbat day here in Chester, Virginia. Shabbat shalom, everybody that's on Ustream, YouTube, and Fuse Meeting. Shabbat shalom, Morey out there in California. Hope you're enjoying yourself there. We're going to talk about something today that the Most High put on my heart this morning, and dealing with love, learning how to love. And what is the greatest commandment? The greatest commandment, as described by Yahusha when he said it. So we say it right. Let's go to Matthew 22:34. Go ahead and mute that TV there for me, Aki. Just hit the mute button. I don't want nobody stepping in. There you go. Hallelujah. Let's go to Matthew 22:34. Let's pick it up there. Let's pick it up right there. Matthew and Matthew 22:34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they had gathered together. And one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. And this is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And on these two commandments hang the law and the prophets. So I said, in today's world, the term love is all but meaningless. We often hear the word in reference to persons as I love him or her, places, I love Panama, things like I love my car. You know, we just kind of throw the word around. And in the English language, the meaning of the word is determined by the context that is used in and spoken in, right? I said many of us use this word in the past to share our admiration and affection for just about everything. I love pizza. Right? Oh man, I love Chinese food. You know, we just throw it around because we really didn't understand love. Then we had a certain love that we have for people, right? And then it descends from there, from our family members to just significant others, maybe a spouse, children. You know, the Greeks had all kinds of words for those types of love. But now we have come into the truth, and the term love takes on a whole new understanding. Yes. Right? It takes on a whole brand new understanding. Now, this lesson is I'm not going to be long with this particular lesson because this is a vast subject, and one Shabbat is not going to be able to cover everything, but we're going to touch on a lot of things. Before we associated love with proximity, right? We love our families. We thought there was no limit to that love until we came into the truth, right? Because we start walking in that truth, we start telling them about it, and all of a sudden, the love we thought we had It started fading away. All right. We used to love certain foods until we found Yah's dietary laws.
All right.
Right? Oh man, I used to love pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
My hog maws and my chitlins and my, you know what I'm saying? And my shrimp, my crabs. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness! I found this dietary law and I had to say, what do I want more? You know. We even have love for our jobs, right? Until they started infringing upon the Shabbat. Right. I love my job, man. I'm making that good money. And then you found Torah trying to keep your law, statutes, and commandments. Now the job is a burden. Like, man, I gotta be at the job. I can't get Shabbat. I gotta violate the Shabbat. You know. So we also loved in our intimate relationships, right? Until we understood there were certain intimacies that we shouldn't share as prescribed by, you know, God's word. Like, you know, we stopped having certain relationships outside of those things. I'm trying to keep it PG. You know, your girlfriend, boyfriend relationships, you know, before marital things.
Go ahead,
you know,
you go,
you know what I'm saying? All right. Even the understanding of love between a husband and a wife is challenged when we come into the righteous lens of the scripture. You know, all of a sudden the man starts to change. Wife might not understand the changes that the man is making. Isha's going through. The Isha comes into the walk, and the Isha's outside the walk, and the Isha starts to change. And the man is observing it because she's all of a sudden she's changing her conversation. She's softer, she's gentle, she's not as combative anymore. She starts to change the way she views things and starts to walk in a certain way. In the scripture, Peter says, hey, when you do that, that's going to win your husband. He's going to like, what are you into that? Man, you have sure changed. All right. All right. When we got a little commentary here before I get into the rest of the scriptures. All right. When we come into this way of life, you know, this walk, it would be safe to say we all came in broken. All right. Broken in spirit, broken in mind, you know, broken in our bodies, you know, concerning our overall health conditions. You know, we had something that was plaguing us by being plagued by an unclean spirit of some sort that's from our past that we're dealing with. We always got something questioning, something always lurking. They're trying to overtake us. And we struggle to cleanse ourselves from those things. And then we hear that we should love Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. So the question comes, how do I do that? How do I love him with all when my mind is split? When my heart may be split? Maybe my body, I can't even focus because my body's so racked with pain at times, or I'm dealing with all these conditions, or I'm dealing with my poor eating habits. You know, everybody's trying to make adjustments, even if they don't look like they're on the outside. Everybody's trying to make adjustments. I say we never really understood what love is from the beginning. We all come in with our own incomplete version of love, and we expect others to conform to our version of love. You love me based on how I think you should love me. That's how we come into the walk. If you're not treating me nice, I'm not going to treat you nice. If you're not doing good to me, I'm not going to do good to you. Just like in the world, we tit for tat for a lot of things. We don't really understand true nature of love and the sacrifice that requires in love. Sometimes it seems like you're getting the worst end of it, you know, and sometimes it seems like you're getting the best end of it. Depends. But we don't really have that understanding, especially in the context of personal relationships. So how do we love Yahuwah with all? Let's go to Shemot 20, and it's going to give our first context clue. Shemot chapter 20. Exodus 20, sorry. Sleek, I forget sometimes I have. Shemot, Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to start the first verse. Shemot, Exodus 20, start at the first verse. And we just read it.
Exodus chapter 19.
There you go. All right. And Elohim spake all these words, saying, what he said?
Hallelujah.
brought you
out of the land of Israel, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other mighty works before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness, or anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the waters of the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am Yahuwah Elohim, and jealous hell, visiting iniquity of the fathers on the children, to the third and fourth generation.
Stop. We're going to come back to this. To them that hate me. It's a significant part we're going to talk about. Let's read on.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
All right, you can stop. So we see that love has something to do with keeping commandments.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. In relationship to the Most High, and then in relationship to each other, we're going to see that love has something to do with keeping the commandments. The word Shema is used there. Now, Shema has many meanings, right? It means to what? Shema. Not Shema. Shamar. Shamar. Keep, guard. What else? Protect. What else? You got any more? Okay, I'm going to share some with you. Preserve. Be careful. To keep oneself. To observe oneself. So in this keeping or guarding of Yahuwah's word, I can't keep the word for you. You have to do it for yourself. I can't not make you do the things that the word is saying do, right? So you have to do these things for yourself. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We're going to see some more about this keeping and love.
I said, how about 2 Shabbats?
Okay. That's what you said? You asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that after Shabbat.
Okay.
All right.
So what's the scripture?
All right. It's going to do Deuteronomy 7. We're going to start the 6th verse. Give me a reader. You know, I like participation. I don't want us to be just talking all the time.
For thou art a Kodesh people unto Yahuwah thy Elohim, thy Elohim, or Yahuwah thy Elohim have chosen thee to be a special people to himself among all people that are upon the face of the rest. Yahuwah did not set his love upon you nor choose you because you were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people. But because Yahuwah loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
Stop. So now we see that this love has something to do with keeping his word. Right? Again, keeping the commandments, keeping the oath that he made to the promise he made to Abraham, the fathers. Let's read on.
The oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, had Yahuwah brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim.
Read on.
Know therefore that Yahuwah thy Elohim, he is Elohim, the faithful Elohim, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations. Again, this love and this keeping of his word. And we can't separate Yahuwah from his word. Let's read on. We're going to read verse 10 and 11.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
What?
Destroy them.
Oh my goodness.
He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face.
So we see that we can also see that to hate Yahuwah, what it also means to hate Yahuwah.
To not keep
his word, right? To not keep his word means to hate him. How many of us hate him in today? And nobody? Nobody hate him? All right. At least no one gonna say it out loud that we hate him because we don't think that we're doing anything contrary to what he says. I'm always self-examining myself. Every time I hear a Shabbat message, every time I hear a lesson, I'm trying to see where do I fit in? Am I measuring up to what's being said or what's being taught? Not so much to the teacher, but to the word of Elohim. Am I applying it to my life every day? Am I walking it out? How am I interacting? And how am I viewed? I might think I'm righteous, looking to myself, but other people might see me as wicked. My good is being evil
Spoken.
spoken of, because I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm walking upright, but the people that I'm closest to might not see that righteousness. Because that's what they're supposed to see. They're supposed to see what? Yahuwah in you, Mashiach in you, right? That light in you. If they're not seeing light, then they must be seeing darkness. And why are they seeing darkness? Is their eyes dark? Or is my eye dark? How do you see me? How do you view me? Each of us in here, we need each other, right? So I'm supposed to know you. I'm getting to know you. I'm getting to know each and every one of you as the years go on. What kind of person am I? Do you see me as a person of righteousness? Am I even worthy to stand up here and talk to people about the goodness of Yahuwah, about his word? There's a lot of things I have to think about as I travel through this path. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 11:1. Continue on with the keeping of his word in love. This is the foundational things of love. If I don't keep his word, I don't follow his instructions, then how can I love? Because it's dimensional. It's me to Yahuwah, then Yahuwah to you. But for all of you for me to see the love of Yahuwah, from me to Yahuwah, I have to have that love between me and you. That's the only way it's going to show that love. So I have to do what his word says. Let's read 11:1.
Therefore, thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim and keep his charge and his statutes and his judgments and his commandments
Always. Drop down to 20.
Dropping down to 20. And thou shalt write them upon the doorpost of thy house and upon thy gate.
Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to always remember this. I'm supposed to see it all the time. I'm supposed to have it before my eyes. I'm supposed, when I walk in my house, I should see it. When I'm walking out my house, I see it. It should be carried around with me everywhere I go. I should know what his word is saying, because guess what? It tells me how to treat you, how to interact with you, how to love you. If I don't do that, then I am not in love with Yahuwah. I'm not one that loves him. You know, I want to love him, but I don't know how. So I'm trying to learn how to love him, how he wants to be loved. He tells us. Let's go ahead, 21.
That your days may be multiplied, and the days of your
children.
In the land which Yahuwah sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of Shemayim upon Haaretz.
Read 22.
Ye shall diligently
all
these commandments which I command you to do them, to love Yahuwah your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him. Then will Yahuwah drive out all these nations from before you.
Oh man!
And ye shall possess greater nations and mightier
than yourselves. Read one more.
One more. Every place whereon the sole of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the outermost sea shall your coast be.
And that's some awesome, wonderful promises.
Yes.
Right? But we have to do what? We have to keep. We have to do them. We have to love Yahuwah. That means we have to put forth that effort. We have to walk in his ways. We have to cleave to him. He said, diligently keep. That's 2 words, shamar, shamar. Right? He said it twice. So nice to have to say it twice. Shamar, shamar, to preserve it. We're supposed to pass it down to our children. They're supposed to be able to see this in our homes, so their days may be prolonged. How can my children's days be prolonged if they hate Torah? How can my children's days be prolonged if they don't even want to have nothing to do with Shabbat, Yahuwah, Yasharal? I'd rather go out in the world. That's what we don't want. We want to make it attractive to them. We want to bring it up, not just you got to do what I say do, kind of like they did with us in Christian church. You going to church this Sunday. I don't care, you up in my house, you going to church. Soon as you got old enough, you broke camp. Soon as you got old enough, I ain't in your house no more. We don't want that for our children. The same way we love and respect and fear our Yahuwah, we want the same thing for our children. The love, respect, and fear of our Yahuwah. And if that's not happening, we have to check ourselves. If my children, man, I don't have nothing to do with it, I then have to say, am I really
right now.
Walking before Yahuwah? Am I really? Or I'm just gonna blame it on, they just hard-headed, they don't want to listen, no. This should be attraction. Like when my father he was a Christian church. I wanted to be like my dad because I seen the love in him. I seen the compassion. I seen the light in him for what he had an understanding of. He was just a compassionate man. He was a loving man. He was a giving person, and I wanted to be like him. I saw that in him. I saw the unity. He was always vying for the unity of the body, what he understood. Now that I come into the truth, you think I'm going to lose all that? Think I'm going to leave the unity of the body, the compassion, the love, and the generosity to the side? This is all a part of an attribute of the love of Yahuwah. It's so broad. I'm just talking about one aspect right now. All right. Hamashiach stressed the love in obedience to the Father's word. Let's go to John 14. We're going to start at 15. We're going to work our way down. Mashiach stressed this love. So for those that don't like Mashiach, he was saying, keep the Father's commandments. Why wouldn't you like a man? Why wouldn't you honor a person that says, keep the Father's commandments? Do what the Father says do. I don't understand that. Why would you want to throw it out because you don't think that I don't think a man could die for another man's sins. I don't know the mysteries of Yahuwah all, but I know that this one thing is for sure. He sent him down here. I believe he came. I have a witness in my spirit. I have the Ruach HaKodesh in me to let me know that yeah, he's real. It happened. And because of that, I have access to the Father. Because of that, I am able to be reunited with the Father. I can go before him. If I don't have Mashiach, then I'm still in my sin. And if I die today or tomorrow, when the last time I killed a goat, a bull ox? When the last time I seen the temple? Huh? I'm just going to be on hope that the Mashiach, that the Mofai said, well, I understand you didn't have this during this time period, so you're not going to let that slide. Even David waiting on the Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? He waiting on it. Nobody going to see him before anybody else. So we all want to go to the judgment seat right. Right? All right. Let's go to John 14, 15.
John 14, 15.
If you love me, keep my commandments.
If you love me, again, you're going to guard it. You're going to protect it. You're going to preserve it within yourself. You're not looking at me trying to judge my walk. I'm not looking at you trying to judge your walk, whether or not you really loving Yahuwah, like you say you loving Yahuwah. But it should be shown. My action is going to show you if I love him or if I hate him. While what I say and what I do is what's going to show you whether I love you or if I hate you. Whether I love Yahuwah or whether I hate Yahuwah. If I'm following his precepts, his laws, his statutes, and the commandments. Because there's so many commandments in there, so many laws and statutes in there about how we should treat our neighbors, our brothers and sisters, that we can't get around it.
Oh, no.
We can't get around it. Let's read on.
And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter.
All right, drop down to 21.
He that had my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me.
What?
He it is that loveth me that keep my commandments.
All right, and read on.
And he that loved me shall be loved of my Father.
Okay.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
So my love is being manifested or shown through what I do. I'm keeping the Father's commandments. Yahushua is saying keep the commandments. I'm saying keep the commandments. Why? Because this is the foundational level of love. If you don't keep the commandments, there is no love. You don't know what love is. You don't have a clue as to what love is. All right? Read 23.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words.
He will keep my words.
And my Father will love him.
And my Father will love him.
And we will come unto him. And make our abode with him.
24.
He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings, and the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me.
So he was very, very serious about keeping the commandments and what we should do if we believe in him, right? I love him. You'll see me keeping his words. If I don't love him, you're going to see me not keeping his words. I don't care what you say. I'm going to be contentious and cantankerous about the whole situation. I don't want to hear it. I know people know like that. I don't want to hear that. You keep that over there. You do you, I'm going to do me. You know? I'm not going to cast my pearls before swine. I'm not just going to, I really want you to be saved. You don't want to be delivered. You don't want to be protected. You don't want to have a right to the tree of life. It's fine. It's on you. Keep his commandments. Let's go Yochanan, John 15. Start the 9th verse.
As the Father had loved me, so have I loved you.
Mm-hmm.
Continue ye in my love.
Continue ye in my love. Read on.
If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love.
Uh-huh.
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love.
Uh-huh.
These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full.
All right. So what other commandment was there that he said that was in the top two there? What's the
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love thy neighbor as thyself. Let's get Leviticus 19:15. We're gonna start at the 15th verse.
19.
Yeah, Leviticus, Wa'ikra 19:15. We'll say it again, Wa'ikra. Leviticus 19, we're gonna start at verse 15.
You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
All right.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor,
Uh-huh.
or honor the person of the mighty,
Mhm.
but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
All right.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer
All right.
among the people.
Don't do what?
Go
Go
up and down as a
as a
talebearer.
talebearer among the people.
All right.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
I am Yahuwah.
Read on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Stop. You're not supposed to hate your brother in your heart. There should be nothing that causes you to have that much bitterness in your heart towards your brother. When I see if a root of bitterness coming up in me, I immediately back away and say, Father, I do not want no root of bitterness. I don't have no bad ideas or thoughts about anybody in my mishpachah.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want to think anything other than righteous thoughts towards those that are here. I don't want to have that thought, even those that are outside of my immediate assembly, my other brothers and sisters that's maybe standing on the street corners and doing the work that they do. I don't want to see, sometimes it cringes when you hear certain things they say, but I'm like, they're trying the best that they know how. Some of them might just be deceived altogether. I don't know, but I don't want to think ill of them because they're supposed to be my brother. They're calling on Yahuwah, they're trying to keep the commandments of the Most High Yah. I don't want to think ill of my brother. I shouldn't have no hatred in my heart towards them. But if I do see them in error, I'm supposed to rebuke them. I can't let you go by and just do what you want to do and not correct you. That sin falls on me. If I'm there and you're doing something wrong and I don't correct you, I'm held accountable for it. You see me falling and stumbling in sin, you're supposed to come to me. That's how love works. This is love in action. You're going to come to me and you're going to tell me, hey, brother, you know you shouldn't be doing that. This is why. You know what the Father's words say. I'm not condemning you. I'm not chastening you in the sense of being over you as a father, but I'm as a brother admonishing you and warning you. You need to straighten up, man. Who is watching all this stuff is getting written down. And if you're not careful, you can get taken all the way out. The enemy will take you all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
He will take you out. He'll take your mind. If you let that thing sever in your being, in your mind, in your ruach, that thing will take over you. And you won't even know the difference. And before you know it, you're still coming to Shabbat. You're still coming to feast days. But you're reprobated. You think you're right. But you're wrong. We have to be ever mindful and careful. The enemy is not playing with us. And Yahuwah is not playing with us. He said, if you don't want to receive the truth, I will let the spirit of deception come upon you. I will send you that thing and let you go ahead and embrace it. And he'll take it all the way to hell with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that for myself. I know that you don't want it for you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, let's read on. Let's read on. 18.
Thou shalt not avenge,
Uh-huh.
nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Uh-huh.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
I am Yahuwah.
I am Yahuwah. But I guess sometimes the question is, if I don't know how to love me, if I'm not loving Yahuwah, then I don't know how to love me. Then how am I going to know how to love you? If I'm keeping his word, then that means I'm going to keep his word concerning you too. See what I'm saying? That's how loving myself works. I'm watching out for my soul, keeping, Shema, guarding, preserving myself, trying to walk in righteousness. So if I'm trying to walk in righteousness for myself, I'm going to treat you the same way. Brother, you stumbling. I'm going to help you up. If you see me stumble, please help me up. Don't laugh at me. Don't mock me. Don't scorn me. If you see me fall or falter or make a mistake, lift me up. You know, lift me up. Because that's what I need. That's what we're here for. We need each other. I need you to make it, to survive. When you read the book of Judges, what do you read mostly? You start off, Judges 1, Judges 2, Judges 3. Anybody? You see what? A lot of infighting. Hebrew against Hebrew. Tribe against tribe. That was put there for an example to us what not to do. Right? What not to do. All right. All right. This is a serious matter, this loving the neighbor, because it'll keep you out the kingdom. Let's go to Psalms 15. That was a question asked. This will keep you out the kingdom. You want to get in the kingdom? This is how you get there. Psalms 15:1, let's read. We're going all the way to 5. Mm-hmm. Anybody?
Yahuwah, who shall abide in thy tabernacle?
Who shall abide in that
Who shall
tabernacle?
dwell in thy
Set apart
here?
Mm-hmm.
He that walketh uprightly
Mm-hmm.
and worketh righteousness
Mm-hmm.
and speaketh the truth
In his heart. Okay.
He that backbiteth,
Mm-hmm.
not with his tongue,
Mm-hmm.
nor doeth evil to his neighbor,
Nor doeth evil to
nor
his neighbor.
taketh up a reproach against his neighbor,
Uh-huh.
in whose eyes a vile person is contemned.
Uh-huh.
But he
He
honoreth
honors
them that fear Yahuwah.
Yahuwah. Mm-hmm.
He that swear to his own hurt
And changes.
changes not.
Uh-huh.
He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent, he that doeth these things shall never be moved.
Shall never be moved.
Wisdom of
Stop. You stop right there. You shall never be moved. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor take up a reproach against his neighbor.
Lamar says, how often shall we do this? Some people feel like they are tired of helping their brother.
How often do you want to be forgiven?
77 times 7.
77.
That's what the scripture says.
Continue with.
How often do you want to be forgiven? So if I want to be forgiven every time I faulted, I'm pretty sure you want to be forgiven every time you fault. So that's 70 times 7. That's giving you a broad number, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you ever really count? I kind of lose count, don't I? So I have to keep counting over again. I have to start over again. Because if I'm keeping count to like that great number, what is that? 70 times 7 is 700 something?
77 times 7.
Huh? So I'm keeping 77 times 7? Yeah. Yeah. It's 140 something like that. So I'm keeping count, right? I'm keeping count. I'm like, oh yeah, this is your 100. This is your 100th time, bro. Look, man, you're getting close to the number. No, most times people have forgot about it. And so guess what? You got to start over again. This is your first time as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Right? This is how we spoke. This is what we want from Yahuwah. Our mistake to be our first time. Oh, Father, have mercy upon me in this particular situation. Whatever I've just done, please throw that in the sea of forgiveness. I am so sorry. And the repentance is true repentance, right? Not just me talking, bumping my gums, because I'm going right back out the next week. But I'm serious about this with tears. I sought repentance with tears and grief. Cast me not away from your presence. All right? Create in me a clean heart. All right, all right.
More said 490 times.
Yeah, thank you, Moray. Thank you, mathematician. All right. Again, Yahushua stressed the point of loving your neighbor. Let's go back to John, Yochanan 15:12. Yochanan, John 15:12.
This is my commandment,
This is my commandment.
that you love one another as I have loved you.
Love one another as I have loved you. How do you love us, Mosiah? How'd you love us? Read on.
Greater love hath no man than this,
No
that a
man.
man lay down his life for his friends.
Oh my goodness.
Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you.
Oh, I'm your friend only if I do what you command. Who else was a friend of the Most High? Abraham. And he did everything he told him to do. That's why he called him friend. And that's why he said, I got to keep my oath. I don't care how ignorant we get. Your children is off the chain, Abraham. But look, I made a promise to you. I made a promise to Isaac. I made a promise to Jacob. Right? I'm not going to break that covenant, no matter what happens. I swore against myself. He said, no man has, I said, no, greater love has no man than this, but he laid down his life for his friends. That means my love, I have to be willing to sacrifice myself for you, right? In order for me not to sleep with your wife, I think she's very attractive, man. Oh, I think she's feeling me too. You know what I'm saying? I think she's feeling me. So if your Isha is feeling me and I'm not keeping the commandments or I'm not willing to die to myself, then all of a sudden I'm going to commit adultery with your Isha. I have to be willing to say no. I have a greater love for my brother and my sister. I'm going to deny my flesh. You know, before I knock you over the head for your ride or that chain you wear. You know what I'm saying? I have to deny myself because I can't steal, right? I know you innocent. I know you innocent. I know you were nowhere around there. But because I got something against you, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to pretend like I saw something. Yeah, it sounded like him. Sound like him. You know, but I have to deny myself. No greater. Are you willing to take a bullet for somebody in here? Or just your immediate family? Huh? If somebody's hunting me down, I come in here running hide. Man, don't tell nobody I'm in here. They come here, I'm gonna kill everybody in here. He in the next room. They point fingers, he in the next room. And I know Moray pointing. He said he ain't dying for nobody. But that's something to think about. I'm just trying to give you something to think about. This is serious. You know? It depends on the bullet, huh? Okay. All right. So you see how important it is loving your neighbor, because that's going to show me how much you love Yahuwah, how much you love me, right? And I'm not talking about no affection. That's different. That's a whole different subject. Loving kindness, tender mercies. You got affection. Sometimes we take affection and think that affection is love. And affection is not love. It has nothing to do with love. I can love you and never hug you. I can love you and never kiss you.
Thank you.
I'm just saying that's a true statement. How many of us get hugs and kisses from the Most High? I mean, you feel like it. Yeah, it's in my, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts. Never physically do I ever feel that. I never once physically feel it, but I know he loves me. Why? I wake up every morning. Not only does he wake me up, I have a reasonable portion of my health and strength. I have my right mind, right? Yeah, and I have a mind towards him. You see, it's the song you sing, working with my mind, stayed on him, right? Working with my mind on him. So that means, yeah, I'm in a relationship with him. I'm in a relationship. I don't even have to worry about it. I ain't even seen it. I ain't even seen him. I mean, laid eyes on Yahusha.
Yeah.
But I have a relationship with him and I'm waiting on him, right? Oh, it sounds like far-fetched. Some people, oh man, how can you have a relationship with the Most High? You ain't never seen him. You just gonna keep law, statutes, commandments just because he say so? So we walking by and not by. That's how love works. I love you regardless. I have a daughter I don't see very often. I'll make this confession. I don't see her very often. I might not talk to her, but once I've been talking to her a little more regularly because I just had a grandchild. Grandpa now. But when she calls me, it's like we've been talking to each other all year long. You know what I'm saying? But because she know her daddy love her, irregardless if I pick up the phone call every day or not. I know that she loves me, whether or not she calls me or not. She called me about whatever situation she can talk. We'll talk for hours. You know? But I think that might be just unique to my particular family because me and my brother the same way. My biological brother. We might not talk for months. We didn't see each other for 20 years because we was both on the opposite sides of the world traveling all the time. But then when we do see each other, hey, man, you know, long time no see, love to give the shirt off my back. Why? I ain't laid a hand on him, ain't wrote a letter, nothing, but I love it. Some people think that because you do certain things, that's supposed to be that effect. That could be pretend.
I mean,
Oh, that could be pretend. Real love comes when challenges comes, when that separation comes. You know, is there going to be animosity there? You know, so we have to be conscious of those things. These are the things that I think of. I'm just giving you an insight on my head, what's going on up there when I'm dealing with my relationship with the Most High. Just give me something to think about. Something to think about. Let's go to Yochanan 1 John 3, from 14 through 18. Come on, time. Okay.
You within the Morris standard.
No words. Yeah, I don't even know.
we know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren.
We love the brethren.
He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Stop. You don't love the brothers, you abide in death. That's a miserable place. Because you're around them all the time, and you're like, I can't stand it. You don't have no kind of connection or relation. It might be down to happy-go-lucky. And every time you see him, like, I can't believe he ain't real. I don't believe it. You know, we have to be conscious of this because, again, we're talking about ourselves. How can we love somebody if we're not really keeping or guarding or preserving the Most High words within ourselves? Let's read on.
Whosoever hates his brother is a murderer.
Cain.
And ye know that no murderer has eternal life abiding in him.
Read on.
Hereby receive we the love of Elohim because he laid down his life for us.
Okay, here we go again.
And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
Oh my goodness.
But
Read.
But whoso has this world's good and seeth his brother have need and sheddeth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of Elohim in him? So
I see you needing something. I got a pocket full of money. And I just come by and say, man, I'm praying for you. You know, I'm praying for you, man. Most High gonna bless you, man. He's gonna take care of you. You know, he's gonna take care of you. And soon as say, y'all wanna go out to eat? Yeah, man, I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, you ain't got none? Oh man, maybe next time you catch us next time. You know, I don't want that. I hope we're not fostering that type of behavior in our assembly. I hope that's not something that we do. I haven't seen it. If I have something, you have it. Even if you might not be here next week or next year, whatever. If I have something, you have it. If I can, I'm trying to find something to give you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find something to give you. because that's the heart of the Father,
Hallelujah.
right? I'm trying to show you my love, trying to show you the Father's love, because when you see me, you should see the Father.
That's right.
When I see you, I should see the Father, right? That Father's love, that brotherly love we have one for the other. If there's no love between us, there's a problem. Is there a problem with me? Let me know if I offended you. Don't let me walk around here thinking we're cool and I offended you. Let me know that I offended you, because I might not know. I might have said something out of the way that I'm just thinking, well, it's okay. But to you, it was no offense. You have to let me know. Just like if you offend me, I'm going to let you know. I just want to get this right. Was you trying to say this, or was you trying to say this? I don't want to just take it and run with it, because that's what most times we do. Somebody says something, oh, it's like that, huh? Okay, I got it. I got you. I know where we stand at. No, you don't. You don't know where we stand because you didn't ask me. You misunderstood me. It was a miscommunication. Sometimes it's just a question of concern. You know, hey, I'm concerned about a situation or whatever. So I'm going to ask you about it. You get offended about it, man. Okay, man. You know, because we should supposed to be honest with each other, truthful with each other at all times. All right, let's read the last verse.
My little children.
My little children.
Let us not love in word.
What?
Let us not love in word.
Mm-hmm.
Neither in tongue.
This is showing us what we need to do, the foundation of love. Right? All right, let's see. Paul wrote some things, Shaul in his writing. Let's go to Romans 13. And I'm just on the surface of this thing. I'm telling you, this is deep for me. You know, I'm just on the surface because it goes so much deeper than what I'm talking about even now. All right, Romans 13:7.
Render therefore to all their dues, tributes to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor.
Yes.
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
Don't owe no man nothing.
For he that loved another has fulfilled the law.
Some people read, hold on. Some people want to read that. For he that loveth another has fulfilled the law. To fulfill the law, you have to love one another. And love is what? Keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. So if you love and you fulfilling the commandments, you fulfilling the law. If you're loving, doing what it says, preserving it within yourself, doing it within yourself when nobody else is looking. That's how we love. Read on.
For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill.
Oh, yeah.
Thou shalt not steal.
I was just talking about that.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
What you say?
Thou shalt not covet.
What?
And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Oh, man. All that is covered under one phrase. If I love you, I'm not going to sleep with your wife. If I love you, I'm not going to bear false witness against you. I'm not going to covet what you got. I'm not going to steal from you. No, I'm not going to defraud you or kill you. You know, because I love the Most High. His word is in me, and it's going to be exemplified and shown towards you. That's how it's supposed to work. Does it work like that? Again, the lesson is learning how to love. So I'm learning how to love. Really love, right? Really love. Got to check ourselves. Let's see. What else love does?
Love working no ill to his neighbor.
What? Working no ill to his neighbor? All right, read on.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
It's the fulfilling of that law. All right. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 13. I love this. I remember Most High showed it to me. I said, oh my goodness, I was reading that wrong for years. I was talking about, I had a different type of love in my mind when I read 13. I'm going to start the first verse. I'm going to walk it way down. Because the whole thing is talking about Torah. That's what it's talking about. 1 Corinthians 13, Verse 1.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels,
Uh-huh.
and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
I can talk with all the languages I want, be very educated in this world and the next, but I don't follow Torah. I don't have love. There's nothing. I don't keep the commandments. That's just gibberish. Your education don't mean nothing. Read on.
And though I have the gift of prophecy
Mm-hmm.
and understand all mysteries
Oh, yeah.
and all knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and though I have all faith,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing.
You mean to tell me I can be a very gifted individual? I can really know that scripture, but I don't really keep the love. I don't show that compassion, that love of Torah in my life. I don't preserve it within me. It's nothing. Read on.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profit me nothing.
With Mother Teresa? What's the other person that was like African guy? I can't think of his name right now. Not Mandela. It's another person. He was giving himself Gandhi. Oh, not Gandhi, but Gandhi is one of the guys. Yeah. That's my phone.
Alert.
Yeah, that's my phone. All right. Not keeping Torah. You ain't got no love in you. All right. Number verse 4.
Charity suffereth long.
What?
Charity suffereth long
Mhm.
and is kind.
Mm.
Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up,
Mm-hmm.
doeth not behave itself unseemly,
Mm-hmm.
seeketh not her own,
Mm-hmm.
is not easily provoked,
Mm.
thinketh no evil,
What?
rejoiceth not in iniquity,
Mm.
but rejoiceth in the truth.
Okay, this is all what love does, right? Keeping that Torah in you. This is some attributes that you should see. That's the things I'm looking for in myself. What did he say? What did he say? What do you got?
What is charity?
Charity. It's love. That's in the Greek. It's agape. In the Greek, that's the Greek word for agape. But they put charity, but it's love. And we're talking about a how, right? We're talking about a how. This is the Father's love. He said, "Love me. If you love me, keep my commandments." Love. This is the foundation of it, right? So it suffers long. He suffers long with us, doesn't he? He's kind to us, is he not? He doesn't envy us. We don't supposed to envy one another. If you're doing good, I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy for you. If you are successful, I'm successful. Right? If you on a come up, I'm on the come up. And I'm not talking about because you handing out dollar bills either. You know what I'm saying? It's because you came up, I came up. We're one. We're a part of each other. Don't be jealous of something I have, because whatever I have, you have. If you want it, ask it. You don't have some things because you don't ever ask for it. I don't know if you need it, because a lot of times, we don't want nobody to know we need nothing. Right? But if you have a need, always put it out there, because that's what family's for. It doesn't puff up itself. It's not really flashy. So we got to watch that. Sometimes we like to be flashy. Look at me. Look what I got.
All right.
If you're that way, you might want to check it. It doesn't puff up itself. Nor does it behave unseemly. Nor seeketh her own. It is not easily provoked. If you easily aggravated, might want to check it. All right? If you get angry, upset real quick, fast, in a hurry, you lose your temper, you got a spitfire mouth, you know what I'm saying? You might want to check that. Right? And to think is no evil. Like I said, I don't want to think evil against you. Rejoice not in iniquity. What's iniquity? Is that sin? Well, it's a sin, right? That's that. Yeah. They don't rejoice in that. If I see you in sin, I don't rejoice because I knew you was gonna fall. I knew you wasn't real. That ain't what I say. I say, oh my goodness, brother. Are you all right? Yeah, look, man. I see you struggling in this area. And if you honestly say, man, yes, I am. Let's pray, man. Let me be accountable to me. If you're willing to be accountable, submit yourself to me. That means I'll call you and say, hey, man, what you doing? And you're going to be honest and say, yeah, I was on my way over to Big Leg Shirley House. I'm glad you called, bro. I'm glad you called because I was on my way. And then now we can talk. You know what I'm saying? We have to be accountable to one another so that we don't fall into sin. Father don't like no liars. He don't like no backbiters. He don't like no troublemakers. He don't like that at all. And so we want to cut all that out. So if you're that way, you have to check yourself. And I don't rejoice because if I see it in you, I'm gonna say, you know what, you need to slow that down. You lying all the time. You lying for no reason. You ain't got no reason to be lying. Just tell the truth. Ain't nobody here got a hell to put you in. Right? If I'm like this. When I came to truth, I was like, I stopped lying to Yahuwah. It might sound strange, but that's what I did. I stopped lying to you. If I did a mistake, I said I did it. I became just like David. Yep, that's me. I'm the man. I did this. I was wrong. I admit it. And I'll admit it before everybody. David admitted his sin before everybody. That's how we know about it, right? He didn't do it in secret. Well, look, Nathan. Let's not write this one down. That's not right about this. Every transgression, every falter is written in the book for our learning and relationship. He was called a man after Yah's own heart. So sometimes you got to think about, if he's a man after Yah's own heart, wow, what did he do? How did he act? And Yahuwah was giving him all kinds of things. All right. It says, what love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. That's a lot to live up to, right? All right, we're almost done. Almost done. Let's go ahead. So in closing, I'm going to go ahead and
love never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease.
What?
Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. But we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
Yes.
When I was a child,
I did what?
I spake as a child. I understood as a child.
Yes.
I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly. But then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, love. These three, but the greatest of these is love.
Yeah.
Follow after love.
You stop right there. You stop right there. Greatest of these is love. Charity. Let's go to 1 John 2 and 3. We're going to close here. How do we know that the love of Elohim is in us? You already know this answer, right?
Keep his commandments.
And what else? We keep it because we like that. We go to that question. Keeping his commandments. We know the love of Elohim is in us because we keep his commandments. And loving the brother. Loving the brother. All right, 1 John 2 and 3.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Yes.
He that says, I know him, and keeping not his commandments, is a liar.
Is a liar.
And the truth is not in him.
The truth is not in him.
But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Elohim perfected.
All right.
Hereby know we that we are in him. He that said he abided in him, ought himself also so to walk.
Yes.
Even as he walked.
Yes, stop. Let's go to 1 John 4 and 7. Keeping his commandments, you're walking like he walked, you know that the love of Yahuwah is in you and is being perfected. Right?
Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of Elohim.
Yes.
And everyone that loveth is born of Elohim.
Yep.
And knoweth Elohim. He that loveth not knoweth not Elohim, for Elohim is love.
Now you understand this now. This is his word. You can't separate him from his word. We're not keeping Torah. We don't love him. We don't know him. We're not being obedient to him. We don't love him. You do the opposite of love. Right? We hate him. Elohim himself is love. He keeps his oath. He keeps his word. He wants us to do the same. Read on.
And this was manifested the love of Elohim towards us.
Yeah.
Because that Elohim sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him.
That we might live through him. Read.
Herein is love.
Herein is love.
Not that we loved Elohim, but that he loved us.
That he
and
loved
sent
us.
his Son to be the propitiation for our sin.
Wow. Read on.
Beloved, if Elohim so loved us, we are also to love one another.
If he loved us that way, we should love one another the same way. Read.
No man has seen Elohim at any time.
What? Go ahead.
If we love one another, Elohim dwelleth in us. And his love is perfected in us.
If we love one another like we're supposed to, then we know that we're maturing in his word. If we have issues, then we need to say, I have an issue. And then work on that issue. If you see the spot, clean it. 2 Corinthians 7:1, we cleanse ourselves of all filthiness of the flesh and spirit. See an issue, deal with it. Don't overlook it. Let's read on.
Hereby know we that we dwell in him, and he in us.
He in us.
Because he has given us his Ruach.
His Ruach.
And we have seen and do testify that the Father sent the Son to be the Savior of the world.
Read on, it's good.
Whosoever shall confess that Yahusha is the Son of Elohim, Elohim dwelleth in him, and he in Elohim.
All right.
And we have known and believed the love that Elohim has to us. Elohim is love. And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in Elohim, and Elohim in him.
Read.
Herein is our love made perfect.
Yes.
That we may have boldness in the day of judgment.
All right.
Because as he is, so are we in this world.
All right. Do I have boldness because I hugged and kissed you? Or because I exchange gifts all the time? Or because we went to the park together? I have boldness in the day of judgment because what? I know I was observing his commandments. I was doing the best that I could. Not that I was perfect in my sense of perfect or in your sense of perfect or the world's sense of perfect, but I was mature in the things that I knew. I tried to walk in the things that I knew every day. I didn't try to let those things slip at any time. So now I can stand boldly before him and say, all right. You know, just like that day of report card day. You remember report card day? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you did your very best and you knew it. I did the best I could. I got it. I'm proud of this card. And then those days that you didn't know, you didn't do your very best, you knew it. You're like, well, I ain't gonna try to show this to mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that confidence and judgment that day. All right, read on.
There is no fear in love.
There's no fear in love.
But mature love casts out fear.
Mature love casts out all fear. Go ahead.
Because fear has torment. He that fears is not made mature in love. We love him because he first loved us.
He loved him because he first loved us. Remember that. Not because we loved him so much, we just sought him out. He said, ain't nobody was looking for me. Ain't nobody was trying to find me. Ain't nobody was calling on my name. He came and found us. He showed us love first. Showed us mercy and favor first. And now we should want to return all that he's given to us with our submission and obedience to his word. Being a submissive Isha. Yeah. Sometimes you got to look at it like that. You say, oh, it's the way I want my Isha to be. But if I'm the opposite of that, then that's not what I'm going to be. You know, I'm not going to have that. All right. Read 20. If a man says,
If any man say, I love Elohim, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
So,
but he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love Elohim whom he has not seen?
So you got to be careful. That hate is treacherous. You can't be talking about, I don't, you say, well, I don't hate him. I just don't like him. I love him from afar. You know, because that's the one that he's going to send right to your doorstep, right? To prove to you what's in your heart. See if you're going to obey him or not, right? All right, 21.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Elohim love his brother
also. Read on.
Whosoever believeth that Yahusha is the Mashiach is born of Elohim, and everyone that loveth him that begot loveth him also that is begotten of him. By this we know that we love the children of Elohim, when we love Elohim and keep his commandments. For this is the love of Elohim, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Stop. This is how we know we love Elohim, if we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. And with that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom. Are there any questions?
Yeah, there's two.
You can turn the fuse meeting on back up. I hope I've given you something to think about. I know I know it's just a lot for me to digest and think about.
Okay.
Fuse meeting's up. Any questions? What you got?
Yeah. Maury says, Shalom Mishpachah, heading to the park for the Shabbat service. Great lesson.
Okay.
If Maury needs another week to get the point home, no problem. That's the first question.
Okay.
Then brother said, it says, what about dealing with a brother not in the walk?
Dealing with a brother not in the walk. No. But when you're dealing with people that's outside, we have to walk circumspectly. Right? Because we are what? Ambassadors of the kingdom of Shamayim, ambassadors of Mashiach. So when they see you, they see Mashiach. So if I'm nasty and ugly and violent towards those that are without, then that's the impression they get of Mashiach. That's what Yahuwah's about. You know, so that's why we should walk circumspectly with those that are without, that's not a part of our communities, that are not a part of Torah. Yeah. Say again. Oh, that's me. Circumspectly with those that are without. Could somebody? That's not part of our communities. That are not part of Torah. Okay. All right. Is there any other questions? Yeah. Go ahead.
What about if you're dealing with within Yisrael, those that are teaching things that's opposite to Torah? How do you deal with that ox or ox, so to speak?
What did Mashiach say? He had the apostle said, the disciple said, look, you got this group of guys over here that's not with us. And they're teaching, so calling your name. And he said, well, if they're not against us, they're for us. You know, so whose servant is it? I know I'm trying to serve the Most High and do the best that I can. There are men out there that are trying in their arenas. They might not be doing it the way I'm doing it. I have to be patient with them, and they have to be patient with me. I might call on Yahuwah, another one call on Yahweh, someone else calling on some other, another variation of the name. Always want to be argumentative. And you can tell by those that are sincere, they'll listen to your point and say, okay, I'll consider that. And there don't have to be an argument about it. But if I want to get dogmatic and bear it down, then I'm not really concerned about the name or even concerned about the walk. I'm just concerned about being right. so we don't have to get away from that. So if they don't agree with we don't have to, brother, shalom. I see you on the feast days. I still want to deal with you, but we ain't got to, because we can learn from one another. There's things that they do that can be positive, and there's things that I do can be positive. We're trying to bring brothers along. Sometimes they wake up and say, man, I realized you was right. If they're sincere, if they're just about being right, being dogmatic, then you say, okay, brother, I mean, I can't agree with you, and I'm not going to talk down on you. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about the ones that you know that actually hate you, you know, around the road?
The ones that hate you.
Yeah, you know how
Again, that goes back to walking circumspectly. You got enemies everywhere. You got enemies. I said that before. I got a lot of enemies. You know what I'm saying? You got enemies. But we have a way that we should treat everybody. I don't have to let them in my house. You know what I'm saying? But I can heap coals of fire upon their head by doing something kind towards them if the opportunity arises. You need a glass of water? I'll give you a glass. I'll give my enemy a glass of water, because guess what? I'm doing good in spite of your wickedness towards me. But who is going to revenge me? Right? Yahuwah. Right? That's what we got to remember. Now, if you come to hurt my family, stand by, because I have a right to defend my family. You have a right to defend my household. You know, my property. He said, he told Peter to put the sword away. Then he said, if you got some money, go buy you one. You're going to need a time to come. Right? All right. So there's a time and a season for everything. Time and season for everything. Any other questions? If not, then we're going to stand and close. And we're going to have Rick going to close us out.
Nice and loud, bro.
Blessed be your name, Yahuwah. Father, I just want to thank you, Father, for the message that was presented, Father. That was all, Father, me especially, to love my brethren and my sister, Father, as I love you, Father, as I'm expected to love you, Father. And, help us to love each other, Father, and may your mercy and your love, your compassion be upon us, Father. Forgive us, Father, of our sins, our transgression, our unrighteousness. Forgive us where we fail in loving our brothers and sisters, or where we fail in keeping your word. I pray that your mercy renew upon us every day, Father. That you keep us, Father, that you're compassionate towards us, Father. Remember how we were made, Father. Remember that we're dust, Father. We were born in sin and shaped in iniquity, Father. So give us your mercy, Father, and your shalom, Father. Yahushua HaMashiach name, I ask all these words. Hallelujah and amen. Praise you.
Amen. Hallelujah. All right, Fruits Media, you have it.
Bring lesson more in.
Hallelujah.
Bring lesson. Shalom, Mr. God. Shalom.
Shalom.